Have you ever wondered if the foods you eat every morning, the ones you believe are healthy, even the ones your heart doctor recommends, might actually be shrinking your brain little by little every day? I used to think the same way. Every morning I had my usual routine, the same few things on my breakfast plate. I truly believed I was doing everything right. Then my memory started slipping. I forgot names of people I've known for years. I missed appointments. Sometimes I would be in the middle of a sentence and forget what I was even saying. I thought it was normal at 76, part of getting older. But then one day during a checkup, Dr. Frank, the neurologist who's been monitoring my brain health, looked at my scans, asked me a few questions about my daily habits, and said something that made me stop cold. He said, "Jame, you might think you are eating healthy, but for the brain after 60, those foods could be doing more harm than good, especially to your memory." I didn't believe it right away. I thought he was exaggerating. But then he showed me each food, explained clearly why it matters, and most importantly, what I could do to turn things around without taking any pills. So, in today's story, I want to share with you exactly what Frank told me. I will walk you through the 3 everyday foods that are quietly harming the memory of older adults. I will explain why they used to be considered healthy, and why now they may pose a real risk to the brain. And I will show you the small changes I made that helped improve my memory within just a few weeks. Let's begin with the very first food Frank mentioned. It is something almost every senior keeps in the fridge: low-fat milk. I used to think it was the healthy choice. Low in calories, low in fat, good for the heart and just right for my age. Every morning, I poured a little into my cereal bowl and felt good about eating smart. But that day when I told Dr. Frank about the habit, he simply shook his head. He said, "That milk is slowing down your brain's ability to heal itself." I stared at him. "It's just milk. Isn't it good for your bones?" Frank nodded. "Yes, but only when it contains enough fat for your body to absorb the right vitamins. Fat-soluble ones like vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. Low-fat milk has lost most of its natural fat. Without fat, your brain cannot absorb vitamin D, and that vitamin is essential for memory function." Frank went on to explain that the human brain is almost 60% fat. Without the right fats to nourish it, your brain struggles to store information and repair itself during sleep, especially the hippocampus, the part of the brain that handles short-term and long-term memory. He even told me about a study from Tufts University back in 2015. It showed that older adults who ate diets low in healthy fats had faster brain shrinkage, particularly in memory regions. I was stunned. I never imagined something as harmless as low-fat milk could affect my brain so deeply. That day, I stopped drinking skim milk. I switched to whole milk and used a small amount each morning. Sometimes I went with unsweetened almond milk, the kind with added omega-3s and plant-based fats. I stopped being afraid of fat, because I realized what matters is the right kind of fat. Not all fat is bad. And within 2 weeks of changing that one habit, I noticed a difference. My mind felt lighter. I remembered my appointments. I forgot fewer things. And best of all, I woke up each morning feeling clear and sharp. No more fog. No more dragging through the day. The second food Dr. Frank brought up truly surprised me. It was canned fish. Specifically, canned tuna packed in water. I always thought it was heart-healthy, good for the brain, and easy to prepare. I used to eat it once or twice a week. Just open the can, mix it with some greens, or spread it over whole grain toast. I thought I was making a smart choice for my health. But that day, when I told Frank about it, he asked me a very specific question. Do you buy the kind packed in water or in oil? I answered right away. In water. It has less fat. Frank looked at me seriously and said, "That is exactly the problem, Jame. Fish is healthy, but the kind packed in water does not keep the nutrients your brain really needs." He explained that most of the omega-3s, the healthy fats that protect brain cells, are found in the fish's natural oils. When fish is packed in water, especially in factory-processed cans, a lot of those oils get washed away. So even though we think we are feeding our brain, we may not be. Frank also reminded me that tuna is a fish known for absorbing mercury. If you eat it more than 2 or 3 times a week, mercury levels in your body can climb above what is safe. He mentioned a study from the FDA. Older adults who eat canned tuna often may be more likely to build up mercury, and that can damage the parts of the brain that control memory and emotion. I felt a chill hearing that. I never imagined that my fish habit, something I thought was smart, could carry such hidden risks. After that, I made a change. I cut way back on canned tuna, and if I do eat it, I choose the kind packed in extra virgin olive oil and only once a week. I switched to steamed salmon or canned sardines that are lower in mercury, and I always keep the natural oil in the can instead of draining it out. Within a few weeks, I started noticing a difference. My mind felt clearer in the morning. I began to remember little things again, like where I left my keys, my grandchild's name, even an old password I used to write down. The third food might be the one that surprised me the most, because for years I believed it was one of the smartest choices an older person like me could make. Low-sugar breakfast cereal. The box said all the right things. Whole grains. No added refined sugar. Good for the heart. High in fiber. I thought that eating a small bowl in the morning with some low-fat milk was a healthy way to start the day. That was until Dr. Frank asked me one simple question. What do you usually eat with your milk in the morning? I answered right away, feeling a little proud. Whole grain cereal, low in sugar. Frank nodded. Then he asked, "Have you ever looked at what ingredients are actually in that cereal?" I paused for a second, and I had to admit, I never really had. I figured if it had no sugar, it must be fine. Frank explained gently. "Jame, most low-sugar cereals are still full of refined starches. These cause your blood sugar to spike right after eating. And your brain, especially as it gets older, needs steady energy to work properly. When your blood sugar swings up and down in the morning, your brain gets confused. You start to feel foggy. You have trouble focusing, and your memory slips." He told me about a study from Mayo Clinic. It found that adults over 60 who eat fast-acting carbs for breakfast are nearly 45% more likely to experience memory decline, compared to those who eat protein and healthy fats. I was stunned. I thought about all those mornings sitting in my living room, looking out the window, not remembering what day it was. I had blamed it on old age. Turns out it might have been that little bowl of cereal I thought was helping me. So I changed everything about my breakfast. No more boxed cereal. I started making real oatmeal from whole oats, the slow-cooked kind, not the flavored packets. Some mornings I had a boiled egg with avocado. Other days a slice of real whole grain bread, not the brown kind made with syrup. I added a few walnuts or chia seeds too, just enough to give my brain the fats it really needs. And the results came quickly. Within 2 weeks, I felt more awake in the morning. My mind was clearer. I remembered my appointments without needing reminders, and the mental fog that used to hang over my mornings just lifted. It was like someone opened the window in my brain and let the light in. Looking back, I still feel deeply grateful for that visit with Dr. Frank. In just 30 minutes of conversation, I realized that 3 things I believed were healthy for years were actually chipping away at my memory day by day. Low-fat milk, canned tuna, low-sugar breakfast cereal, all of them sounded smart. They looked good on the label. They were supposed to help my health. But the brain after 60 is not the same as it was at 30 or 40. It needs healthy fats, it needs deep sleep, and it needs protection from the small mistakes we repeat every single day. I did not take any medication. I simply changed the way I eat, the way I sleep, and the way I live. And within a few weeks, I felt a real difference in my memory and in my mood. If you are around my age, or if someone in your family is starting to forget things, do not rush to brain pills just yet. Start with breakfast. Start with the habits you always thought were right. And if these 3 foods surprised you, just wait until you hear about the 4 types of nuts that are believed to help memory but may actually raise your risk of cognitive decline after 60. I used to eat them every week, and according to Dr. Frank, their effects are even more silent. I will tell you the whole story in the next video. For now, thank you for listening to mine. If you found it helpful, please share it with someone you care about. Because sometimes, one small change is all it takes to help someone live a clearer, calmer, and more confident life in their later years.